He was a golden boy, a college football star, a senior analyst, and a rising star NFL scout for the Tennessee Titans. Blaze Taylor had his entire life mapped out, but behind the stadium lights, a secret was unraveling. In late 2022, Blaze's girlfriend, 25-year-old Jade Benning, discovered that she was pregnant, and she was absolutely thrilled. But prosecutors say Blaze was not.
She was going to find out if they were having a baby girl or a baby boy. She asked him to go, and he did not.
On February 25th, 2023, Jade and Blaze planned a quiet, alcohol-free date night at her Nashville apartment. That night, Jade's best friend received a phone call. Jade didn't speak directly to her, but the line stayed open. What the friend heard next was a chilling, real-time nightmare.
She immediately starts saying, "What did you do? What did you put in my drink?"
Jade got ill and Blaze called 911.
I got a friend's house and I think she's having an allergic reaction.
2 days later, her unborn baby girl died. And a week later, on her 25th birthday, Jade took her last breath. Now Blaze Taylor is on trial for murder. The state calls it a cold-blooded poisoning with liquid cocaine. The defense claims it was a tragic voluntary overdose. And now a jury must figure out exactly what happened. Way too many times in my career at Court TV, I have seen the pregnancy of someone's girlfriend or wife or fiance as a motive for murder. This is outrageous, right? The miracle of life, bringing life into the world as a reason why you would end someone's life. Well, in this case, the prosecution's case is really built on the words of the victim herself, her dying words. But will they be enough for a conviction? I'm Vinnie Politan. Let's investigate. Cases involving women who are carrying life, who are pregnant and are then murdered, are the ones that get me a little bit more angry than most. You're talking about someone who is about to experience an incredible miracle and bring a baby into this world. And someone has decided that that's a reason to kill them. It is horrific. Now, this particular case reminds me of two cases, Scott Peterson and Corey Richins. Scott Peterson, you remember, his wife Lacey was about to give birth. It was like they had named the child already, little baby Connor. They were this close to, starting their family together, Scott and Lacey. And that's the moment that he chose to kill her and kill his baby. They put him on death row. He got off death row, but that's where it put him. So when you think of that case where the motivation for Scott Peterson to kill his wife, Lacey, was because, she's got a baby. I want to live this other life. If this baby's born, I can't divorce her, blah, blah. Horrific, right? And then I look at this case in the mode of the alleged murder is poisoning, where one party feeds the poison to another party, right? Corey Richins, we covered that case with the Moscow Mule that she laced with fentanyl that she gave to her husband. And he's drinking, and that's it. He's done. I mean, that's the allegation here as well. The allegation here is that Jade was given liquid cocaine, something I didn't even know existed, but it's a thing. And it's a huge amount of liquid cocaine that prosecutors say was put inside the drink. And
at this stage, the prosecution believes they have found the motive. They claim Blay wanted to avoid becoming a father and poisoned Jade's drink. But allegations alone don't prove guilt. The courtroom now turns to the evidence that will decide whether this was intentional murder or a tragic overdose.
That's when you made the choice to be a father. But again, the defense has a case here. They're going to put in their evidence, but these are the allegations. So what will the defense be? How will they do that? I mean, the only way they can really defend this is to go after the victim. You've got to go after Jade because it's cocaine, which I guess some people, can use recreationally. I don't know in this level, in this amount, or in this form, but that's got to be the defense. You're going after Jade. It's her fault. She didn't do it on purpose, but she killed herself because she couldn't help herself from partying too much, even when she was carrying a child. So that's where the defense is going to go. It's all about dirtying up the victim and making her look like an irresponsible, expectant mother who was more concerned about getting high than about the safety and welfare of her child that she was carrying. The problem for the defense is that prosecutors have Jade's final words. Words that take the jury to the scene of this alleged crime. She made a phone call to her friend. She didn't speak to her friend, but the line was open, and the friend could hear everything that was being said inside that apartment, including the moment when Jade is ingesting the poison. So let's take a look at the testimony. Nigella is the friend of Jade, and she was at the apartment earlier that night because Jade is a great cook. She was making some great food for Blaze, and she wanted to get a plate of the food. So she was there earlier in the night, met Blaze and everything, and now becomes the most important witness for prosecutors and perhaps the most important witness for this jury to understand what was happening inside that room and what was going on between Jade and Blaze and what did Jade say. The dying words, the final words of Jade after allegedly being poisoned by her boyfriend, Blaze. I wanted to take a moment to talk about something that I think impacts all of us, which is our personal information and data, which is all over the internet. And there are brokers selling it to who knows who. So there's a company called Incogni. And what they do is they go, and instead of you having to contact all these folks, they do it for you. Get your information removed. I actually signed up for this. And in less than 24 hours, they contacted 335 of these brokers. 259 of them removed my information. 76 of them right now are in progress. So amazing, quick results. And the only thing easier than that is signing up. It took me about 5 minutes to give them the information they needed to make me safe. So what can you do? You want to get one of these plans? You want to sign up for Incogni? You can get 60% off. Just use the code CourtTV. Right? So it's incogni.com/CourtTV.
Can you describe Jade's demeanor when you left?
She seemed really happy, very excited to spend the rest of the night with Blaze.
The testimony is only beginning, but every witness brings the jury one step closer to the truth. Will Jade's final words be enough to convict Blaze Taylor, or will the defense create reasonable doubt? Stay with us as this courtroom drama continues.